Hey, good morning. We are live. It is Boogie with the Bull Morning Caffeine. It's 10:05 on a beautiful Wednesday morning here in Fleming Island, Florida, the telecommunications and internet capital of the free world. I don't care what anybody else says. We have two top dog Republicans here in Florida. We have President Donald John Trump. We have Governor Ron DeSantis, both here in Florida, and they're going to fight it off for the 2024 Republican nomination. And I still hope that President Trump is going to get it, but you never know. Hillary Clinton comes out of whatever you want to call it that she came out of and endorsed Governor DeSantis. So you never know what could happen there. I kind of thought that maybe he would pull Ron DeSantis over to the Democrats to run against President Trump as a Democrat, but I don't think that'll happen because I still think that Governor DeSantis has his eyes on a Republican Oval Office, and that's where he is going to try to be. We're live on the Dave Glovin profile on Facebook, the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group on Facebook, and the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. All three have live chats. You're more than welcome to come and join me there. If not, a solo ramble fest and tangentry this morning. Hey, Facebook, give up the division. I mean, Bud Light. Okay? Yeah, it woke up. Great. It woke up so much that so far it's cost Anheuser-Busch, AB InBev, whichever company you want to call it, it's cost Anheuser-Busch about $8 billion so far. And the CEO makes videos every day, every other day, kind of apologizing for what happened, and but not making any solution that really seems to benefit the new woke Bud Light drinking crowd, as well as the Bud Light crowd who has drank Bud Light for 150 gazillion years and helped make AB InBev average sales about $132 billion a year. So if you look at $132 billion that they make every year, out of that they lost $8 billion. Do the math. It's like $124 billion. It's kind of like chump change when you're talking about that. You know, it's kind of like saying Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, with something like $300 billion, lost $8 billion this year on something, and he only has $292 billion. You know, odds are in 2023 they'll recover that $8 billion with $16 billion more in sales, because I personally think that they are playing every single American. And I only think that they're playing every single American on Facebook. Because if you go to StreetLock, or you go to American Patriot Social, or you go to MeWe and you go through all your MeWe groups, or you go to Telegram, very few people are talking about this as the only thing they're talking about every morning. You know, what happened with Bud Light woke today. And I've made a brilliant deduction, if I want to pat myself on the back and say that every day on Facebook you see a new Bud Light woke can picture. And every day on Facebook you see another Bud Light can with a picture on it that is anti-woke and classic American Bud Light. I have yet to see in any store that we have gone into on a regular basis that sells Bud Light to have it in any Bud Light woke can. Doesn't mean that it's not there, but I haven't seen it. And if you ask people in those stores why there is almost no Bud Light in the classic can or Bud Light in the original can, or Bud Light in any can other than the new woke can, their reaction is, we're buying as much of it as we can right now and sitting on it, so that if and when the Bud Light woke can is the only way Bud Light will be available, they'll still be able to enjoy their Bud Light every day until they run out of the classic can or the original can or the new can that AB InBev or Anheuser-Busch or Bud Light will keep putting it out in. And I just think if it was that easy to pump out Bud Light in the classic Bud Light can, it's that easy to take a picture of Dave Glovin or the Bull up in the upper right-hand corner of the screen and come out with Bud Light Boogie with the Bull uncensored. So, if they wanted that woke Bud Light can out there right now, even alongside all the other Bud Light cans they have, it would be out there right now. And if they've lost $8 billion so far in the first 4 months of 2023, you would think that maybe they're going to decide they don't want to do it. I mean, look at other multi-billion-dollar things. Ford admitted that they were losing, or they lost $3 billion on electric vehicles this year. So they said, we're not going to get out of electric vehicles, but we're going to kind of hold it to the side as a new venture and see how it goes. But our fossil fuel F-150s made the F-150 the contractor, construction, whatever guy's pickup truck around the world, and we're going to go back to that. You can still get your electric F-150 if that's what you want. You still get your electric Lincoln Navigator if that's what you want. And if that's what you want, you should go buy it. But realistically, we are a fossil fuel country where, if you look at it, this country, the thoughts of creating this country happened in 1776. And God, as we wrote the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, what you can do in this country, God blessed the United States of America at that time with 500 years of oil. So 1776, do the quick math, it's like 2076. Excuse me, 2023. I'm not great on math, but 2023. 2023 with 500, 2000. I can't do math in my head, but anyway, you know what I mean. It's 2023, and we've got 500 years of oil under there. So that's like 2,523. And in the process of that 500 years, God set it up so that oil is a self-sustaining thing. If we use up that 500 years of oil in that 500 years, then through the grace of God, we will have another 500 years of oil sitting there waiting. And, Joe Biden and others in the Biden regime who decided, well, we weren't going to allow American oil companies to harvest American oil, sell it around the world, use it in the United States of America so that we can drive gas prices up as high as we can, and people will stop buying it. They'll go buy electric cars so that we can have all of that oil to run the electric plants that are going to make all of the electricity for your car, your electric vehicle. You're getting screwed. It's another daily regurgitation that America really doesn't want to hear anymore. And if you look at it, again, you only see it on Facebook because they've got us so scared over what's going to happen, whether it's lies or even if it's the truth, that 6 billion of us meet on Facebook every year, and all we do is battle about what could happen, what will happen, maybe even what is happening. Look at everything Republicans versus Democrats, or Democrats versus Republicans. The weaponized Democrat Department of Justice under Attorney General marinated in garlic through the Biden regime did everything they could to prove that President Trump stole classified documents from the Trump presidency, from the National Archives, from the American people. The rule books say, no, he didn't. He had permission, and he took what he felt he wanted to take with him. He declassified things that he wanted to take with him and make available to the American people, and he did. At the same time, Attorney General marinated in garlic knew or found out that Senator Joe Biden was doing the same thing. Vice President Biden might have been doing the same thing, and if he wasn't, he still had possession of things that he shouldn't have had as a senator. Now he's president, and he has possession of things that he shouldn't have had as a vice president, that he shouldn't have had as a senator, and the agreement is that he's in trouble because he's president and he shouldn't have had this stuff. And it probably goes deeper than him because, yeah, there's people that are saying, well, he didn't even know what he had as a senator. He didn't even know what he had as a vice president, and he definitely didn't know what he has as a president. Well, you know what? If he is suffering from dementia and he's no longer able to do his job the way he needs to do his job, Democrats, you know your responsibility is to remove him from doing that job. Unfortunately, that means that you get stuck with Vice President Kamala Harris, unless, of course, you prove that he didn't win in 2020. We have to be careful how we word things because we're on YouTube. But if there are questions about who won in 2020, then you know the way it works is that if a president is determined to find out they didn't win and they're removed because of that, Democrats, you know then the vice president who was appointed by that president can't be president. And I don't know what happens then, but if you find out that if you're playing a game and you find out that you lost because you lost, then I guess it's supposed to go to the person who won. And, you know, that's just the way it goes. If you don't want to be caught with your pants down and your hand in the cookie jar, don't lose. Don't cheat. Don't do whatever you did that isn't cheating or whatever. Again, got to carefully word things right now because we don't want YouTube to find this either today or in 6 months and boot me from the YouTube channel for life because we haven't settled and gotten Rumble online and ready to rock and roll. This morning we're live on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook with a live chat. We're live in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group on a post with a live chat. And yes, we are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel with a live chat. This afternoon, we will be live with Joe Burlak. That's Joe Burlak, Berylak, Joe Burlak. Go look him up on Facebook. It is not going to be a political broadcast unless, of course, Mr. Burlak decides to bring up something that is political, but you can call him a guru, you can call him a teacher, you can call him a philosopher, you can call him a vibrating frequency broadcaster. You can call him a whole lot of things. But if anything, and you watch, you're going to find that there are ways to live your life that you don't get all wrapped up in things that are not worth getting all wrapped up in every day. And you might actually even enjoy your life at times that much more. I think, but it's not going to be part of Joe's talking with me today, that you'll learn, hey, you don't have to spend 18 hours a day on Facebook. You could spend some of that time on other places where you don't get confronted with all of this stuff that isn't in the forefront on other social media networks. When I joined Facebook in 2009, it was great. You could have groups, you could have pages, you could have communities. You could be a conservative patriot group, page, community. I don't know if broadcasts were available back then, but I wasn't looking to do them back then. And everybody seemed to coexist with each other. And then all of a sudden, the ethnic cleansing of conservative and patriots began, and we became the bottom feeders that we are now. And that just seems to be the way it is. And I have told people all along, don't make Facebook the beginning and the end of your social media. Either don't live your life on it, or make sure you are going to other places on the internet and getting alternative views, and then make your decision. The Democrats are abusing Facebook every day to make you think that their way is the only way that you want. Well, we're getting ready for a presidential election, and they're right back doing what they're trying to do, indoctrinate every Gen X new voter into the Democrat Party by, the way I think, lying to them about where we are right now as a country and where we're going, and after the election, where we're going to be. And if you are swallowing as much of that as you can every day, new Gen X voter who will be able to vote for president in 2024, well, the way I see it is, it's your fault if that's what you get. They're not coming to take your guns or threatening to come and take your guns because of any other reason than if you have a gun, they know you have a chance against them. If you have an AR-15 and they knock on your door with an AR-15, there's a chance you're going to prove that you have a right to have a gun. And, the Constitution says you have a right to have a gun and protect yourself and your family. People say, well, when the Constitution was written, it was muskets, and they didn't think that you would ever have anything better than a musket. And I reply to that, and have replied to that in my classic Let's Boogie with the Bullshit on that one. Because I have said that I believe our founding fathers created what was, or I can describe as, a living, breathing document. They understood when they wrote it the minimum things that needed to be in it to protect the future of the United States of America. And they understood as the country evolved, some things might be taken out of it, some things might be added to it. But it would always continue to expand or decline based on the needs of the United States of America at that time. I don't know if they honestly believed that the country would last 240 some odd years. And if they didn't, well, we're a living testimonial to the fact that we did. I don't know if the way we're operating is the way that they believed or wanted the country to be. And I've said on broadcast lately, hey, maybe they understood that they had to kind of entice us with the United States of America and freedom and justice and liberty for all, while they turned us into the United States of America Incorporated and lied to us about what was really going on. Maybe that is in fact what they had in mind. I don't know, and I won't know until I have walked through the great gates and had a chance to sit down with the founding fathers and have them tell me, or do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast on Heaven Internet and have them as a guest. I don't really know. It's always fun to do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and be a conspiracy theorist and say, well, here's the situation, and here's what I think, or here's what other people think, and here's what we all think, and dissect it and try to figure out if we're right or we're wrong. But the truth really is, all I do when I come on and do a Ramble Fest and a Tangent Tree or have guests on is I just present things to you, and then you have to kind of look at it and see how it affects you. And then you have to connect the dots to it to see how it affects you, and then decide how you yourself feel about it. Because until all of the yous in the United States of America have done their homework and feel one way or another, we're just going to keep rocking back and forth between things, because that's what our government wants. Our government doesn't want all of us to sit down with them in the House and in the Senate and simply say, don't like how you guys are operating. You're really just agents of the Biden regime, and you're going to do whatever you want for as long as you can get away with it. Put your foot down and go to the ballot box in 2024 and actually vote, and make sure that the ballot boxes are secure. Make sure when the ballot boxes are counted, the votes are counted, that every vote is counted, and every vote is counted the way that it was, and that every ballot before it's counted is confirmed that it was a real ballot or an acceptable ballot to have been voted on, and do it. And stop telling me, oh no, we can't do it that way. Dominion machines are corrupted forever. They'll never be able to be fixed, and no other ballot machine can ever be fixed the same way. Well, then stop using them. Go to paper ballots. Tell people they have to go to the polls, unless you're someone like me who has a verified diagnosis that supports a reason why they may or may not be able to go to the polls. And then if it is in that case, make sure that someone is either getting them to the poll, if they can, and if they can't, I don't know. You have to figure out a way to get a ballot to me if I can't get to the polls to vote. And then you have to decide also that, well, no, you don't have to decide, because in whatever state of dementia I'm in, you may just automatically say, well, he's got dementia, so he can't vote. Then it becomes, we have to go to court, and I have to have a judge ask me all kinds of questions, and then hope that my answers are right. And the judge says, no, he's still 75% of what he was before, and he still understands uh, why we vote and what it is supposed to do. But, I don't worry about it anymore. And I also joke with people behind the scenes in life a lot. You're on Facebook and other social media networks where I'm on. Maybe the reality is God blessing me with dementia is moving me to a level of intelligence that is closer to Him than most of you here on Earth are. So that by the time I leave Earth, I'm back on my true one-on-one with God like I was when I left and came here. And pure the way God wants it and not all corrupted the way the rest of you have it. Good morning, Randy Rhodes, who is watching Boogie with the Bull, either on the Dave Glovin profile, on the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk post or the live chat. Could be watching on YouTube, but YouTube shows up a different way on the broadcast studio screen, so I know he's not watching on YouTube. And the only reason I keep mentioning YouTube is, yes, please, if you're watching on YouTube, or go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe and either share the broadcast from the YouTube channel or watch it on the YouTube channel every once in a while, because, yes, in this big world of monetizing broadcasts, if we get 1,000 subscribers who watch 4,000 hours of broadcast, they throw a few pennies at us. And in the grand scheme of things, you hear rumors every day that supposedly Elon Musk wants to buy YouTube from Google and make it a Twitter company. And it could happen. It might not happen. It could have just been a rumor. But, not everybody can afford live streaming service. Not everybody can afford the kinds of services that YouTube offers. And it's free, and it should be. And that's just the end of that one. But got another few minutes here on today's Boogie with the Bull. I think we'll wrap it up at what will be a little after 10:30. It's 10:33 now. We've done 27 minutes. Not enough people in the live chat to have a conversation with. Like I said, 5 o'clock this afternoon till 6:30 p.m. this afternoon, or whatever portion of that 90 minutes that we use on the Dave Glovin profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. Joe Burlak will be on, and to the best of my knowledge, the plan was to not talk about politics, but if politics come up, we can and will discuss it. But the broadcast is, if you don't know the kind of person that Joe Burlak is, then look him up on Facebook and read up and form your own opinions for yourself and be in the live chat and be part of the conversation. Like I said, it is not planned as a political broadcast, but that doesn't mean politics won't come up. If people come up rudely in the live chat and try to make it a full 90 minutes of politics, then we'll have to deal with that and those people. But Boogie with the Bull can do a broadcast that is not political. He said yesterday while we were testing the live chats that music is something of interest to me. Life that's not political is of interest to me. And we have a platform that can address a multitude of topics, not just political. And we corrected our StreamYard situation. We have 8 cameras like we used to, but we only have 3 destinations this time. So, like it is this morning on my profile in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group on a post with a live chat, and on the YouTube channel, Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel with a live chat. That's pretty much how you will probably see it for now. Once we add Rumble, we will probably take it from, take it from the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group and add Rumble in its place. And then while we're on, we will we'll go from my profile and share it live everywhere. Like Don't Walk, Run Away from the Democrat Party, you've got it. The New United Media Group, Uncensored, you've got it. Patriot Lounge 1776 2.0, Izzy Wilshire's group, you've got it. Trump 2024, which is a 10,000 member plus Trump group focusing on getting President Trump elected in the 2024 election. It is also Donald Wisman's group, and Donald Wisman is the founding admin of Don't Walk, Run Away from the Democrat Party. Let's see, Americans for Free Speech, Eric Leon Barton, you got it. The American Rebellion, Jerry Michaels and Company, you've got it. Red Patriots for America, you've got it. Let's see, Red Bone Radio, Patriot Family, I'm going to give it to you. The Hardcore Conservatives group, you've got it. American Regulators, you've got it. Honk for Freedom, the main group, good morning, Militia Morgan, you've got it. And Honk for Freedom, if you don't know, it's that red, white, and blue, beautiful Honk for Freedom decal that should be on the back bumper of your car and the rear windshield of your car, on all the windows of your car, because when people see it, they can't do anything but smile and honk back at you. So go join the Honk for Freedom group and be happy and make other people happy. We're going to give it to the Patriot the Patriot Beast, Carolyn Collins group. Carolyn Collins is one of the public relations people that works with Soup Mama official Sharice Moser and helps get the word out on everything Soup Mama is doing, like going to East Palestine, Ohio on a regular basis and dropping off all kinds of donations free for people that live in East Palestine, things that they need and just can't get. Water, 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 water is the number one thing they ask for. Bottled water in every size they can get it. If companies want to send in a water tank truck, or are able to send in a water tank truck, that would help. Send in a water tank truck with some washers and dryers so that people can do their laundry in water that is not contaminated. They can shower in water that is not contaminated, maybe even cook in water that is not contaminated. Most of the wells, I understand, in East Palestine have either not been tested yet or tested and I believe came back contaminated. It costs $250 to have your well checked. Well water seems to be the way most people in East Palestine get their water. And from what Soup Mama tells me, the waiting list is like now to 4,046 before someone's well may actually get tested. So, and if you live in East Palestine, actually, if you live in Ohio and you see how your governor has treated the state, didn't declare it a national emergency so they could get any kind of help they could get, remember that when your governor comes up for re-election. And if something happens in your city or your town, there's a very good possibility that your state government could treat you exactly the same way they treated East Palestine. Hug for Freedom in Florida, good morning. We're going to send you the Boogie with the Bull broadcast. And let's see, Conservative Freedom Defenders, good morning to you. You've got it. The World United as One Against Government Overreach, You're going to get it. Good morning, Jonathan Garcia and the folks over in Red Mammoth Nation TV. And people ask me all the time, why do you name the groups that you send it to every morning? Why? Because I hope that there are groups that want to continue to get the broadcast, and I'll put a list together and make sure that I am sending it to only the groups that want it. And if a group doesn't want it, then I won't bother you and the members of your group, and only send it to the people that want it. If you can't watch a Boogie with the Bull broadcast live at whatever time we are live doing it, then I always tell people, watch the podcast. Catch it wherever you can on Facebook. Catch it wherever you can on YouTube. Make your comments into either place where you watch it on Facebook in a group or YouTube in a group, because I get notified every time after a broadcast that you have made a comment, and I will go through and I will find your comment and I will watch afterwards to see how it was addressed in the broadcast. Again, the Dave Glovin profile has a Boogie with the Bull broadcast with a live chat. The Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group always has a post with a broadcast. The Boogie with the Bull a post with a live chat. The Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel always has it running live with a live chat over there as well. We did get the situation fixed over here on StreamYard yesterday. Good morning, Gerard K. Michaels. And Jerry, if you want to come on, I'll send you a link. It'll take me a second because I didn't plan on adding people in. But if you want to come on, and Randy Rhodes, if you want to come on, because you're watching, I will send you guys both a link. And I have at least a half an hour that we can do before I have to decide if I want to extend. But I have at least a half hour we can do. It's going to take me a minute because I don't think, let's see. Yep. I didn't set it up to have anyone else on, because I didn't know if anyone else would pop up and want to be on. So I will contaminate your messenger with a link. If you give me half a minute here, and we'll send out a couple of links, and we'll go from there. This was impromptu. This was just after waking up this morning and finally getting StreamYard to show me what the problem was with Facebook live chats. There was a setting that was set to only friends, and it needed to be set to public so that everyone would be able to see the broadcast and everyone would be able to be in a live chat on Facebook, and all of the live chats would come up on the broadcast screen so that everybody could be involved with a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. And let's see, it's taken a little bit longer than it should to, there it is. Took a little bit longer to get into Messenger this morning than it should. It should kick us in there right about, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. There it is. It looks so pretty when you get to that point. So we'll send Gerard K. Michaels. We will send you a link. And Randy Rhodes, we will send you a link. And like I said, there's about a half hour and maybe another hour if everybody's playing nice. And we want to go a little bit longer. The dog and the cat, Delilah and Lola, requested early breakfast this morning before I went live, and are now in their morning naps. So again, folks, we are live on the Dave Glovin profile. There's a post that says live in red and white lettering, and you can watch the live chat in there. On the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk public group, there is a post that says live, and you can live chat there. And then over on YouTube, on the Boogie with the Bully YouTube channel, we are live over there with a live chat that will include you in the program as well. And if either Randy or Jerry join us, then we'll know for sure that at least people are seeing us in the live chats. And we did try a bunch of tests yesterday, so I know that the live chats on Facebook are working. And that is what it is. So anybody can, either one of you can join, or both of you can join, and you can tell me what is new and exciting in your worlds, and or how you feel on anything that I have said on the broadcast today. I know I did ramble about both the Budweiser light situation, but honestly, I think it's just something that is being played on us to keep us from focusing on the more important things, and the boy-girl transgender situation, where it always leads to a discussion of bathrooms. I wrote a long reply on a post this morning and said, basically, this is how I feel. And unfortunately, I don't know if it can be done in the public. It can be done in the public schools outside of locker rooms. And my locker room solution is, well, you're just going to have to accept it. You're going to have a boys' locker room with bathrooms, a girls' locker room with bathrooms, a third locker room with bathrooms, and I don't know who's going to occupy that one. If you are a homeschooling family, then you have biological sons and biological daughters who share a bathroom. If you're a 5-child family like the Glovins were, you have 3 daughters and 2 sons who shared the bathroom, and we never had any problem. So, I joked about it and said, if you're a homeschooling family and you have sons and daughters and you have 2 bathrooms in your house, well, then when school is in session, boys use one, girls use the other. And if you only have one, then you grew up only using one, like I said, the Glovins did, and that's what you do. And when girls are in the shower, boys aren't in there, and when boys are in the shower, girls aren't in there. I don't want to go on any further than that. I don't agree that a father and his daughter should shower at any time. And that's just the way it should be. But then again, maybe boys and their fathers shouldn't shower together either, or boys and their mothers. But I don't know about any boys that showered with their mom growing up, or so I'm just going to let that one move along. But like I said, we had 5 kids, 3 girls, 2 boys, and when the girls needed to use the bathroom and the shower, they got it, and when the boys needed to use the bathroom and the shower, we got it. My only experience raising children was from just about newborn to 5. She wasn't mine biologically, but she thought she was, from birth until 5. I had a daughter, and she loved bubble baths, and she was completely potty trained. Both needs, was completely potty trained, but every once in a while would do the deed, and knowing that I would say to her, take a bath to clean up. And she would say, she told me one day that she liked bubble baths and just liked to take a bubble bath. And I said to her, because she was fairly intelligent in that age range, if you want to take a bubble bath, just tell me you want to take a bubble bath, and I'll give you a bubble bath. And that was the solution to that. But you have to do what you think is right for you and your children. And my view on two men, two ladies raising a family. Hey, my wife taught in the public schools in Connecticut for many years, subs here in Florida. Life is different, and kids have two dads or two moms, and most of those situations, they're not corrupting their children with what they as consenting adults do in their bedrooms at night while their kids are sleeping or whatever. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. On the drag queen story hour, I'm still at the same point that I've been all along with this. All of the parents who are complaining about drag queen story hour are the same parents that didn't complain about anyone wearing a costume and doing story hour at the library. They're complaining that a professional drag queen is going in and reading transgender or whatever books to their children and sparking a flame that could lead to surgery. When that happens, that is something that law enforcement needs to get involved with and stopped. But to me, if a drag queen wants to sit in the library and read a book to your kindergartner, preschooler, and start getting them interested in reading. They're not sitting on their lap. They're not reading anything that is questionable, but they are sparking an early love of reading. That is a fantastic thing. And to me, it goes back to lighting an interest in history, because I remember our history teacher in high school, Dick Fulcher, used to dress up from time to time as the person he was teaching us about that day. And we learned, and the whole class as a whole learned, and the test scores to confirm that we learned were off the charts. So, dressing up in a costume in a way that is not trying to indoctrinate anyone to do anything that is something they should not be doing at the age that they're being read to, I just disagree. And we can explode about Miss MAGA USA, who went to a rally in Tennessee, I believe. And some people evidently didn't go, or may have bought tickets and didn't go when they found out that she was going to be there, and they saw pictures of her walking around with children and doing whatever. She's not out to indoctrinate kids and to do anything other than grow up and learn and understand that you should vote, and you vote for whoever you want. Okay? So, there's just as many good experiences that come out of bad experiences that people tell me are a bad experience and shouldn't happen. And we talk on other broadcasts about how Milton Berle, did it for years and no one had a problem with it, and everybody laughed at it. And Flip Wilson did it for years and no one laughed at it. And Tyler Perry did it for years and no one laughed at it. I mean, everyone laughed at it, but no one had a problem with it. And now people are making it to be a problem. And it is a problem in some cases, and it should be dealt with like the problem that it is in some cases. But if it's not a problem, then why are people trying to make it a problem? And again, it still goes back to, if you don't want it to happen to your children, then don't take your children to story hour. Spend the same amount of time reading at home with your children, or if you live with your parents or relatives, or you and your partner are out, you and your husband or you and your wife are out, and your parents are babysitting or someone is babysitting, have them read. Have your kids read to them. Okay, I'm a terrible person when it comes to reading, partly because of the dementia journey that I'm on, but also partly because it's just hard to read, which is part of the dementia journey that I'm on. Small words in a book, even with glasses, it can be difficult. Not having read something that they ask me to read can be difficult, because a lot of times I would try to read things ahead of time, so I had them memorized so I could, as I was reading, and he huffed and he puffed and he blew their house down. I memorized it like a script so that I could be looking and emphasizing it with whoever I was reading to, so that they would get all interested and stay on the edge. My wife, Donna, is the best storyteller I know. She can take a book with preschoolers and kindergartners and have them sitting there on every word. Or she'll make a big deal about he jumped or she jumped or did this or did that. And reading is fundamental. It's one of those things that you need to do in just about everything. You can't read a math book and pass a math test if you can't read math. So, I mean, you can't build something if you can't read the directions. Well, you can, but 90% of the time, like me, it doesn't come out right. Reading is important. It's just important. My comprehension is better if I do it. If you're reading something that I want to do, and I'm doing it while you're reading it, I'll remember more from doing it than I will from having you read to me or me trying to read how to do it. Matter of fact, I was at an occupational therapy first session yesterday, and I was in pretty much a sarcastic mood. So everything he asked me to do, I repeated back to him and did it. And one of the things was, and now write a complete sentence. So I put the sentence was write a complete sentence. Fortunately, he got to see, it was compose a complete full sentence. And fortunately, he got to see as I was writing that I lost control of the S in compose, and I crossed it out. And I said to him, when that happens and I'm writing, I'm just done writing. And that was something that he needed to see. But anyway, sent out some invites. People didn't come in. I'm sure it's because I have a different view than they do on broadcasts that they do. And I apologize for that, which is partly why when those topics come up, I don't come on to their broadcast, only because I don't want to disrupt the flow of their broadcast. I would just sit and watch and understand that everybody has a different opinion, a different way they want to do something. And on Boogie with the Bull, I like having people come in and tell me how they would do something rather than how I would do something, and we try to talk, and I mean talk, I don't mean yelling and screaming and boogie with the blowouts anymore. We try to talk out the differences as well as read anybody else's, there's reading again, read anybody else's comment and work, damn it, or not have anybody watch and not have anybody on the broadcast. But, when I was in radio, and I always say when I was in radio, but when I was in radio and the mic was on, I had no idea if anybody was listening. I had no idea what they were thinking. I had no idea whether they cared about anything I was saying. I had no idea whether or not they cared about the commercials that I had to play or the music that I was playing. But now you see my face, you can get an idea of how I think about something that I'm saying, and you can be in a live chat, tell me how you think, or you can be on one of the 7 other cameras today and tell me what you think. We're 56 minutes into Boogie with the Bull Morning Caffeine for Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. And that means that I did an hour. I'm going to probably wrap it up in 4 minutes and go. Nowadays, most of the Boogie with the Bull broadcasts are aimed for 90 minutes or whatever time of 90 minutes that I use. I'm also trying to work with other specific broadcasters that I have talked to about doing a 30-minute program and dropping them throughout the day on different social media networks, not just here on Facebook, and seeing how they go. Got an idea for a Boogie with the Bull broadcast? You know how to get a hold of me. You message me on Facebook Messenger, or you can email me at boogiewiththebull@gmail.com. That's BOOGIEWITHTHEBULL, all one word, boogiewiththebull@gmail.com. Tell me who you are, what you are, when you think you would like to do it, and I will try to help you as best as I can. And generally, I'm aiming to do things in the 5 o'clock hour on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Some Mondays are available. I'm not looking to do Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6:30. So, play with the days that are good for guests during the week if there's going to be guests. And that's that. The 10 a.m. Boogie with the Bull broadcast that Randy Rhodes and I did, they're back and they're available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's the best I can do. If Randy wants to do them on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, that's up to him. The 10 a.m. to 12 noon Boogie with the Bull Saturday morning is available. I'll be honest with people, I can't guarantee that you're going to get a lot of live views. You'll get more views as a podcast. So if it doesn't matter to you, that time slot is always open. But like I said, tell me what time, what day you want to do it. And if it's something I can get permission to use the bedroom studio for, which I normally can, then we will do it then. And if we can't, then we'll have to figure out another time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make sure you are watching The American Rebellion with Jerry Michaels, Nikki Young, Robert Lawless, the Minnesota Madman, who is experiencing I don't know if you call it a regrowth or the next step of his music career. He's going to be in Las Vegas soon in the, I believe, Frank Sinatra showroom at the Golden Nugget on the Strip, one of the oldest hotels on the Strip, soon. And with Ron Keel, I believe. Ron Keel. Ron, R-O-N, Keel, K-E-E-L. Everybody seems to know who he is. I'm not insulting anyone other than my own intelligence. I've heard the name. I'm not familiar with his music. But Robert Lawless is there. Nicky Young is there. Jerry Michaels is there. Jen Woodruff, who you see on Boogie with the Bulls with me a lot, is there. Randy Rhoads is there a lot. You can be there a lot because if you are watching on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook, if you're watching and you want to be on, either Jerry will put the link into the live chat and you can come on, or they send you the link and you can come on. Go on, be respectful of everybody else. Don't try to cause any problems. And you'll have a good time. And who knows, you may become a regular. It's a great broadcast. It really is. Unfortunately, by that time, by 7 o'clock at night, especially on a broadcast, on a night where I've done a 90-minute broadcast before it, and got to close all that out. By the time I get in there, I'm just not, my brain is just not good. So I enjoyed being in the live chat. But the American Rebellion, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Other broadcasts you should watch is anything from Michael Anthony. Yes, Michael Anthony. Go to the Michael Anthony Facebook page with the red, white, and blue 10 o'clock talks profile picture and become his friend. Go through his page. You'll see things that you want to watch. You'll see things that you want to share wherever you can share them. And yes, I mean it, and I mean it every time I say it. There's nothing hidden, ulterior motives, whatever in there. People know, yeah, he and I have problems a lot with each other and we take a break from each other a lot. But when it comes to a broadcaster doing any topic that he does broadcasts on, you will learn a lot from his broadcast through him and his guests, regardless of whether or not it is a political broadcast or not, because life isn't just watching political broadcasts, as I have said throughout. By the way, on that, tonight at 5 p.m. to 6:30 Eastern Time, Joe Burlak, Berylak, Joe Burlak will be on, and we are not planning on talking about politics, but it doesn't mean that politics won't come up in the broadcast. I just think that you'll learn a lot, and you might even learn a lot about yourself and how you relate with the world and how the world relates with you. So Joe Burlak, like I said, will be on Boogie with the Bull. We'll be live on my profile here on Facebook, the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group. We'll be live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel as well. So all three have live chats, and all three live chats work. So if you come into a live chat on Facebook, either on my profile or on the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group live broadcast, and I see Facebook live producer, I see Facebook user on my broadcast screen, I'll tell you to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and follow the instructions to give StreamYard permission. But last night I made a change, which according to StreamYard and a live broadcast that we did, we no longer have to tell you to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and everything was working on all three Facebook locations: my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page, and the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group broadcast. On the Boogie with the Bull page broadcast, if you are watching, you cannot share from there. If you want to share the broadcast, watch it on my profile or in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group, or watch it in one of the groups as I do a live chat. I'm doing a live share to groups while we are starting the broadcast. And if there's a specific group you want it shared into, if I'm a member of the group, I will do my best to share it into that group. If I'm not a member of that group, I will join that group after the broadcast and post the podcast in there for now. So that's the best I can do. Offered a half hour or an hour, and that's the best I can do. I know I'm opinionated. I got my own views, which is why I'm doing broadcasts just like everybody else, but I'm open to hearing from other people on other broadcasts or even just other people and having a discussion, because not everybody agrees. Not everybody is going to agree. Not everybody disagrees. Not everybody is going to disagree. Well, some people might. Some people might feel it's their role in life to disagree with everything that I do or say anywhere I do or say it. And, life is too short right now to worry about that. My occupational therapist promises me that if I do well and study hard, that in 12 weeks he'll be able to get me a better paying job than the job that I have. So I have to believe him. Anyway, live well and prosper. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you that you're watching Boogie with the Bull Morning Caffeine, which is a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We own the name, we own the broadcast, we own the studio, we own the logo in the upper, left or right-hand corner of your screen. That is the blue, white, and red bull, or red, white, and blue bull if you read right to left. That says Boogie with the Bull Uncensored. We also own the one that says True Patriot Talk. If you want to come on, you know how to come on. If you don't want to come on and you want to watch, you know how to do that. And if you don't want to watch, you know how to do that as well. And it is all on you. I have done broadcasts by myself that have been some of the best broadcasts I have ever done, and they're still up there as podcasts. And I have done broadcasts with people on that have absolutely stunk, and I'm still embarrassed and apologizing for. And I have done some with other people on that have been some of the best broadcasts that we have done, and we've been linked to other broadcasts that use StreamYard and had a great time, and they've been some of the best broadcasts that we have done on the Boogie with the Bull side. So by the way, if you are using StreamYard and you want to link your StreamYard to Boogie with the Bull, it works awesomely. Why? Because everywhere you are destined on through your StreamYard, we get there as well. And everywhere that we are destined on, you get there as well. And in some cases, it's also places that you already are. But hey, StreamYard, if you pay attention to this, is allowing us to form networks of networked StreamYard broadcasters, which means to me, hey, in the event of a national, international emergency, we could link ourselves to each other and be on each other's, and just keep the world and the United States and the states and the cities and the towns informed in the event of a emergency. Anyway, I'm having trouble speaking right now. It's been about an hour, so that's probably time for me to wrap this one up, maybe have another cup of coffee, maybe relax a little bit. I got too many things running through my head that I wanted to make sure I got covered in the broadcast. You know how to be on a broadcast if you want to be on. You ask me to send you a link, and you come on. And if you don't come on, then you don't come on. You're always welcome to come on. I don't know if you're available to come on when I live link you during a broadcast, and I apologize if it was or is the wrong time for someone to do that. Generally, with Randy Rhodes, I will let him know when I'm going on if I want it to be a More Than Me broadcast. And speaking of Randy Rhodes is the #1 genealogist on Facebook, if you ask me. He's also probably the #1 genealogist on YouTube, if you ask me as well. In 15 minutes, he will find you so much that you want to know about you in your family and your entire family, going back as far as he can to let you know that you really want him to consider doing. His prices, his $250, I believe it's $250, buys you a month of his genealogy services. He'll find so much more in the course of that month that you're going to want him to continue. It's less than anybody else, and I think better, and I honestly say that. So go to the All Roads Lead to Home group here on Facebook. I believe the profile picture for that is a white home that has some significance to Randy that I don't know about or don't remember. I apologize, Randy. Or you can go to Randy's Facebook profile, which has a classic car that I need to ask Randy more about because everyone knows I'm a car guy, and I probably want to know the genealogy of that car. Maybe who had it in his family and the car itself. But anyway, All Roads Lead to Home is a genealogy service from Randy Rhodes. He's the best on Facebook. His rates are the least that you will find. I am not saying that because he is a commercial or a sponsor of Boogie with the Bull broadcast. I'm saying that because it is true. Okay? And that's it. And I'll make you a deal. If anybody goes to or contacts Randy Rhodes about having genealogy service done, and they contact him through Facebook, if you want, when Randy first Randy should give you the 15 minutes to let you know what he finds. But if you want, and you want to join Randy on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, we'll go over your 15 minutes of fortune and fame, and you don't have to make a decision on whether you continue or not, but we'll go over your 15 minutes of fortune and fame. We'll do at least a half hour on it, and maybe longer. Depends on how that broadcast goes. And I won't charge you anything to do it because I want all your friends to see what you're doing. And I want all your friends to contact Randy if they want genealogy. And that's how it goes. Okay? Don't believe everything you hear on Facebook about me. Sometimes I'm a bad guy and I even end up sabotaging myself. But generally, no. Generally, I'm just an old man whose brain gets kind of confused at times, and rather than just turn my camera off, I end up saying something or typing something into a live chat that gets misinterpreted. Okay? I will never go on to somebody else's broadcast. I just want anybody watching and any other broadcasters watching right now. I will never go on to somebody else's broadcast and try to sabotage a broadcast because of somebody else who is watching or somebody else who is on that broadcast. I just won't do it. If anything, I'll invite that person to my broadcast and I'll sabotage myself. So you don't have to worry about that. If you're in a live chat watching a broadcast and you come in and you say hello to everybody, I will do my signature if it's evening, good morning, and put your name in there, and it's a legitimate good morning. I'm glad to see that you're watching. That's it. I'm not out with any ulterior motives. Okay? I'm not out with any ulterior motives. So don't believe that I am. I have done broadcasts that turned into the worst broadcast I have ever done, and people still watch the podcast and tell me it is the worst broadcast that I have ever done. I will tell you until I no longer can remember that you want to buy Bill Muckler's 2 books. I would show them, but I have them packed away and haven't unpacked them yet, and I always say the title's wrong. but one is 2020, a plan for America, and one is 2020, a plan for our future, I believe, are the two names of the books. If you buy one book, you get the other book free. If you buy the book and tell Bill a little bit about yourself and you're on Facebook and he can go look around and see, he will personally write almost a full page to you in the front of the book. And he's legit, he's real, he's a retired Marine captain, but one day I misunderstood something that he was saying or worse, and after 5 times I just saw red and I went boogie with the blowout, and I apologized for it and have apologized for it. And another time Bill was going to be on. I thought, talked about everything that had happened in the past and made sure that it wouldn't happen again. And I misunderstood, I'm sure, some things that were being said in the green room, and I just went ballistic and didn't have that broadcast. But Bill Muckler, as a writer, is fantastic. Those 2 books are as true and as factual to when he wrote them. 2020 is not the year, it's 2020 as in perfect vision. But the 2 books are as actual and factual, to quote William Rayfield, as when he wrote those 2 books. And as you read the 2 books, you'll find some really interesting things about Bill and about people that were in Bill's life back then. And you'll learn a lot. You will absolutely learn a lot. So read the books. Go to 2020 book, 2020 America, I think it's 2020americabook.com, 2020americabook.com. And you can order the books, or you can go to the Bill Muckler Facebook page and you'll find other options for you to order the book. I believe the last time I checked, so I can't be actual and factual, is if you bought one book for $20, you got the other book free. Originally, they were selling at $20 each, but I believe if you buy one book, you get the other book free. If you buy one book as a birthday present for yourself or anyone else, you get both books free. And like I said, if you put the name of the person that the book is for, if it's not yourself, Bill will write a very kind personal note to each person that buys the books. Almost like he knows you, and he probably does. But anyway, one of these days, I hope, if I keep apologizing enough and Bill sees it enough, that we can try and have him on again. There was a plan at one point that we were going to do on Fridays, the Friday Free-for-All broadcasts at 10 a.m. Eastern. We were going to look at a chapter of the book, which Bill would have picked the Friday before, and then you could have read it, and then we were going to read it live with Bill and discuss it. And it would have been a fantastic broadcast. And then Bill would have picked the next one. Because Bill said at one time, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe he said, don't worry about reading the book in chapter order, like chapter 1 to chapter 250. There are many less than that. But open up the book to the table of contents, see the names, and read the ones in the order that you want to read them. And eventually it will still work out the same as if you had read the entire book in the order. And at the end of each chapter, there is like a brief chapter discussion that he adds more into some of these specific things in the chapter. 2020americabook.com is his website. $20 a book, buy one, get one free. It used to be on Amazon. I'm not sure if you can still get it on Amazon. You can look, but 2020americabook.com is the place to get all of the information on 2020, a clear plan for America, and 2020, a clear plan for our future. Most of the words in the name of the books are there. Like I said, I don't have the books in front of me. They are still in a box in the closet, and we have to get into the closet at some point. I don't have space on my desk to protect the books, which is why I don't have them out on the desk here with me yet, and I don't want to knock them off my desk and have them land in Delilah and Lola's water bowl, or worse things happen to them. But 2020americabook.com, that is where you go to order the books. And please do. That is not a compensated announcement. It is a factual announcement. And if you ever get a chance to see Bill Muckler on a broadcast on Facebook or on YouTube or on anywhere, but that you can watch on Facebook or other places that you're on, I highly recommend that you do. And with that, like I said, today is Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, so adjust your time accordingly. We have Joe Burlak, who will be on. And from what I believe, we were not going to talk about politics, but as people know, I have a 40 talking point thing on my desk right now. It's buried, so I can't pull it out. Maybe I can pull it out without knocking everything off the desk. Joe Burlak posted this, and I call it the 40 talking points. You'd have to go to his profile and see if it's still there, but I call it the 40 talking points, and I have highlighted all 40 of them, the important thing in each one, and even the reference to where you go to look it up and get more actual and factual information. And so who knows, we may touch upon that because, like I said, it's not necessarily the script of Boogie with the Bull political broadcast, but it is just something that is so well produced that if I'm a guest on broadcast or we're talking about it on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, if it's in here, I will look it up, I will quote it word for word, and I will even tell people where to go and look it up. I almost have to joke that I have an interest in what Joe does. Guru, philosopher, friend, whatever you want to call him. I have a true interest in what he does. Clear thinking, just whatever you want to call it. Life management, when you're dealing with unconventional life issues like I am. And I just think that it'll be a great broadcast. So it will be, like I said, it will be on my profile with a live chat. It will be in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group with a profile, with a live chat, and it'll be on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel with a live chat, and then probably shared from the YouTube channel all over. It'll make it over to American Patriot Social Network. It will make it over to Streetlock. It'll make it over to MeWe. It'll make it over to Gab. It'll make it over to... I have to find the list of every network that I'm on and start posting. But it'll make it over to a bunch of social media networks. So when you're on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe it and tell your friends to join it as well. And we will continue to use it as long as we can. And we will have a Rumble channel probably the beginning of May. The channel is ready, but it won't be activated probably until the beginning of May. And when that happens, I'll be live on my profile and live on Rumble and YouTube. And that's the best way for us to be right now. So if you watch it on Rumble, you can take it and share it everywhere. If you watch it on the YouTube channel, you can take it and share it everywhere. If you watch it on my profile, which is a public profile, you can take it and share it everywhere you want to share it with on Facebook. Just trying to improve what we do and how we do it and what we talk about. And it's just a work in progress. Anyway, I'm Dave Glovin. You're not. I want to thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. It's 11:31. It shows an hour and 25 minutes. So we just beat the 90 minutes that we aimed for max on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. I hope you learned something. Actually, I hope you laugh. I hope watching it, you laugh. I hope it's really something at times makes you laugh. But I hope at the same time that you're laughing, it opens up your brain cells and you have heard an alternative view on something which makes you think about your view. And then the next time we're together, you share your view because it's very important. I don't know how many times I have said this on a broadcast. Boogie with the Bull was originally going to be a conversation between me, Ramblefest, and Tangent Treeing, whatever came out of my head, as well as whatever anybody in a live chat watching brought up. And then it was inviting fellow Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, whatever medium they use, broadcasters to come join me on Boogie with the Bull and expose their broadcast to you so that you knew other broadcasts that were on and you from time to time would watch everybody or just the ones that you wanted to watch. It's not a war to be number one. It's not a war to be number two. It's not a war to monetize on any medium that allows us to monetize any better than anybody else. And I will continue to repeat what I have said all along about the monetization of a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. If we sell the white Boogie with the Bull, True Patriot Talk, or uncensored coffee mugs, if we sell them and we make money off of what we sell them more than being able to order the next one, the first thing off the top that gets paid is our StreamYard and our Rumble, because we have to pay for Rumble until we have enough subscribers and don't have to pay for it anymore. And we have to pay for StreamYard because it doesn't matter how many people we have watching, we have to pay for it. So StreamYard and Rumble are things that have to be paid every month, and to make sure that they get paid each month, any money that we make from monetizing things, that money has to come. That $25 and whatever Rumble is going to charge us, I think is $25. That $50 a month has to be paid off the top. Anything else will go to charities. Probably the favorite charity that I have on Facebook would be Soup Mama Official, and what she's doing in East Palestine, Ohio, and what she may be doing in other places around the country as Mama takes everybody under her wing and tries to help everybody, as she has done for many, many years. That will probably be the organization that we will donate whatever is left over to donate. Most of it will go to Soup Mama, and then maybe from time to time things will go to other people. Vet groups are very important to us, and other Americans in America charities are important to us also. So from time to time, that's where things will go. The Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook is able to sell stars. The only thing that is keeping us from not selling stars is I haven't given them banking information because I haven't decided how I want them to direct deposit any money that we might make from selling stars. Again, that's the same thing. Any money that we make from selling stars or merchandising, the first thing that comes off of it is the cost of doing the broadcast, the $25 a month for StreamYard and the $25 for Rumble, as long as we have to pay for Rumble, and then it becomes a means of just making donations on behalf of Boogie with the Bull or the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We're not in this to make money. We never were, and we never will be. We are out maybe to make money and donate that money when we can to help Americans in America. And it's every kind of American. If you're in America legally and you need help, then that's someone we want to be able to help. Anyway, I'm Dave Glovin. You're on. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. I hope we were gentle. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned something. I hope we got your mind thinking about something. And if we did, come back to the next Boogie with the Bull broadcast and tell us in the comments or communicate it with me however you can. Don't forget, 5 o'clock tonight till 6:30 Eastern, Joseph Burlak. And we'll be talking about everything other than politics, unless politics comes up. But that's not the main topic of the broadcast. If you know Joe and you read his posts on Facebook, you know he's not political. And we'll have an interesting conversation with him. When we're done at 6:30, 7 o'clock, don't forget the American Rebellion downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page or over on Rumble. There is the American Rebellion group, but Jerry says that normally the chat in the group is not monitored. So if you want to be a part of the broadcast with the live chat, you either want to watch it on Facebook on the American Rebellion blogger page and be in the live chat there. And you'll have a really good time. You really will. You'll have a really good time, I think. And I promise if you see me in there tonight, I won't get yelled at for doing anything unless it's something I deserve to get yelled at for. But I try not to go in there and cause any trouble. I enjoy watching that broadcast as I'm relaxing and getting ready for bed anyway. And it's a good, informative broadcast. A lot of people come on, share a lot of views. A lot of people in the live chat share views. And if you ever get a chance after the broadcast is done and the broadcast is turned off and you get to be part of the after the broadcast or in the green room, whatever you want to call it, sometimes even more hilarious than the broadcast itself. But anyway, it has come time for us to say goodbye. Gerard K. Michaels, the host of the American Rebellion, is in one of the two live chats on Facebook, either on my profile or in the Boogie with the Bull True Patriot Talk group on the live broadcast watching, or people are over on YouTube, but I don't see anybody on YouTube watching this morning. That's where we are. That's who we are. This is what we do. Want to be a part of it? You are more than welcome. And if you're watching and you're sharing the broadcast in groups that you think it should be in, please invite your friends to come and watch, and they do the same thing. And more people that watch, more people get involved. Normally on a morning caffeine broadcast, they're 7:30 in the morning, and I don't usually have guests on because most of the people that I know that want to do it, it's either too early for them wherever they are, or it's too early for other people, and I'm by myself. 10 o'clock when I do them, sometimes we'll be by myself, and sometimes we'll be with Randy Rhodes when I can get him on. And we'll be talking about a lot of cool, interesting stuff. And Jerry Michaels has been on before and has linked us through the American Rebellion before. That's always a great broadcast. But anyway, I'm hungry. My wife left me breakfast, lunch, and afternoon snack. So I'm going to go consume some of it, if not all of it. I'm Dave Glovin. You're not. Thank you for watching. Live well and prosper seems to be what I'm saying lately. But so live well and prosper. Be good to yourselves and each other. And remember, in the words of J.J. McCartney, we will win in the end because there are more of us than there are of them. And there really are. We just kind of need to get all of us focused and then figure out, once we're focused, how we're going to do what we need to do. Right now, I'm kind of thinking we just need to let the Biden administration continue in some ways as they are, and let the weaponized Department of Justice under Attorney General Marinated in Garlic continue the way he is. And one of two things is going to happen. Either America will stand up and shut down the Biden administration, and that might help the Department of Justice, or something will happen and someone else will be running the country. Anyway, I'm Dave Glovin. You're not. Go out there and make it a great day. And let me do one quick thing here and see if I can see it before we go. Don't know what the local weather is where you are, and it's not showing it here fast enough where I am. So hope it's a nice sunny day outside. It's a beautiful sunny day, partly cloudy here in beautiful Fleming Island. And I'm going to stop saying stuff and just let you go. Live well and prosper. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Remember, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., Joe Burlak on Boogie with the Bull Uncensored. And then don't miss Jerry Michaels and company on the American Rebellion at 7 p.m. So go out there and have a great day. It's it's been nap time. So I'm going to wake up the two and I don't know, maybe do some exercises.